Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to the finale of Let's Play Devil May Cry 4. We're done with Dante's half of the campaign, and we've looped back around to Nero. There are 2 missions left in the game, missions 19 and 20, and they will both be for Nero. Great! The first of the remaining 2 missions, Mission 19, sees the return of the dice game in its most infamous form. Now remember, you can buster it, and whatever number was showing on top is what you'll roll. If you don't know that, then this sucks. You're aiming for the purple space to take you forward, and failing that, you'll usually want to hit a yellow space to take you all the way to the end to bridge that gap. When we first did this as Nero, the goal was just to roll high enough to get from the start point to the end. Only on Dante Must Die did you have to roll precisely to get to the final spot. Otherwise, you would wind up going back spaces and all sorts of goofy shit would happen. Here, the difficulty does not matter. You can roll poorly and keep going around in circles all day long. It sucks. It sucks terribly if you don't know how to fix the dice and roll them properly. It is god-awful. It's a goddamn travesty of a mission. And this is done as a minigame to get you from one boss in a boss rush to the next, barring that fight with the Angelos just now. And the boss rush isn't itself the worst. It doesn't make for a great mission, but boss refights happen in Devil May Cry. You fight all the staple Devil May Cry 1 bosses 3 times a piece. There are boss refight missions, or there is a boss refight mission rather, at the end of 3 before you do Arkham and Vergil. That in itself isn't a problem. Devil May Cry 3's refights are preceded with a cool chess gimmick. Devil May Cry 1's are preceded with actual levels. DMC4's don't change anything about the bosses you already fought as Nero 1's. And the way that they're gated off is behind a pretty tedious minigame. So Mission 19, not the strongest. So what I'll likely wind up doing is probably skipping most of the refights. Just kind of showing the last, couple of seconds of each boss refight. Since again, nothing about their stages, nothing about their movesets really changes during Nero's refights. Felt fine showing them, refighting them as Dante. Since the actual gameplay, the moment-to-moment stuff changes because Dante is such a different character from Nero, but this is all just repeated content. So we want to ideally get to that yellow space, which will take us all the way to the end. However, let's see what happens if we overshoot, since I messed that up already. Now we could go straight to the end, but I just want to demonstrate how goofy this can be. And since we've screwed up one roll, with some improperly timed reactions, I'll just clear out a wave of scarecrows and show just why this kind of sucks. Oh, and more of them spawn in throughout the course of this fight. So it's actually quite a few scarecrows, just for screwing up here. And there are all sorts of different configurations of enemies, if you do land on the red. Remember, red spawns enemies, blue will spawn either... Oh, I think it's health or red orbs, usually. There are a couple of different things that can spawn from landing in a blue space. White space is completely neutral. Nothing bad or good will happen for you. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is the one I want to avoid. Let's try that. So we'll go one past into the red space to the left of our goal. Yeah, we could just straight up go around in circles. That's why this sucks. So we're going to aim for that yellow space because that will take us back to the purple. That's 1, 2, 3 away after we fight the blitz. So again, we need to hit 3. I think that was in time before it rotated. Sometimes my reactions feel really, really off on these. That brings us right back to the purple. So even though you can go around in circles, you have ways of counteracting that. And our next boss refight's going to be against Bale. I think this one is specifically Bale and not Dagon, because Dagon's the one Dante fights. The only new thing we can really show off here are the DT busters for bosses that we did not fight with Devil Trigger initially. And they're normally just stronger and slightly more elaborate animations. It is nice that they give that extra flourish. That they actually change the animation and make it a little bit more flashy when you do the Devil Triggered Buster as opposed to a normal one. Okay, so we can't get to the purple in one roll, but we can get to the yellow one that will take us directly to it. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4. We need to hit a 4. Either that or we need to roll for the blue, but I think a 4 should be fine. Whoops. I think that may have just been... Oh, okay, good. I thought I reacted to that a little bit too early. Oh man, that's a shame how that ended. It was going so smooth up until then, too. So we have, I believe, one more refight. We've done Burial, not Dagon, Bale. Burial, Bale, Echidna. I think all we have left is Agnes. Agnes, who will be our final refight. And once again, we can roll either a 5 or a 6 to actually get to one of the yellow spots that will take us all the way to the purple. So 5 or 6 both work. Very good, very good, very good. I forgot that Agnes is actually the only opportunity you get on normal mode for Nero to fight a Basilisk. And he has that unique buster animation, which I'll make sure I keep in before I splice to the end of this. Like the Gladius... No, the Cutlasses. Like the Cutlasses, when you buster a Basilisk, it uses the Basilisk as a weapon, like a hand-fired cannon. And again, that's our final refight. Nero doesn't have to fight the Savior like Dante did because that wouldn't make any sense. We're currently inside it. So our final boss is going to be a much tougher version of Sanctus instead.
Talk about shaking things up in here.
Hey, kid! You should see what I'm going through!
Guess we're in the same boat then.
Alright. Not sure if you can get an S in style without fighting... Oh, you can. I thought you might have to do some red orb fights to get an S in style. Where are there even orbs in that mission? Do you have to land on a bunch of blue spaces to get that? I don't even know how you get an S for Orbs Unbound in Mission 19. Huh. Okay. Well, let's waste no time, get on to Mission 20.
We had originally intended Dante to form the Savior's core. Perhaps it would have been wise to adhere to that choice.
Too late for regrets. Now release Kyrie!
Why oppose the order? I knew your faith was weak, but I always thought you served our wishes.
Bad enough you lying about all this and trying to kill me. But what really pissed me off was using Kyrie.
What is that? Love.
Look it up. Wrapping things up on my end.
Don't be too sure, boy. Although flawed, the power of the Savior is beyond that of which you can defeat.
Man, Liam O'Brien is some grade A villain voice material. Wish he would voice even more villains. Oh, just got through that. So Sanctus is now wielding Sparta, unlike last time we fought him. This is overall a tougher version of the fight we fought before. I wouldn't call it a hard fight necessarily, just an actual fight this time. The goal of the fight remains essentially the same. We need to get in the air, close the distance, pop his bubble, and then we can do real damage to him in bursts like that. He attacks more often. He is a lot more evasive this time around, and each time you deal significant damage to him, his patterns will change a little bit. So one of the hardest things about this fight that I find is after you pop that initial bubble, and you have to land the next hit to knock him down, I find that part to be the hard part. Because once he starts doing this, other moves, we actually got a little bit lucky, he can really, really avoid you quite well. And this might put him immediately onto the final phase. Yeah, so once we pop his bubble this time, this is the hard part of the fight. Like, this is the legit actual difficult part right here, because we have to counterbuster this or completely avoid a bunch of stingers. Hell yeah.
The power of Sparta
Won't you give me strength? Am I not worthy?
Never could take those legends too literally. But I do know that Sparta had a heart. A heart that could love another person. A human. And that is what you lack. This time I will save you. Just hold on.
Don't move or I'll...
Sorry I took so long. Kitty.
It's over. Took your time.
What? You looking for an apology?
Well, how long am I gonna have to wait for it? This guy just doesn't let it go.
This is where it started. And this is where it'll end. On my hand.
All right, then. Go finish it, kid.
Wait for me. You know, God, I always hated that you made my arm like this. Now with it, I can destroy this thing. Who would have thought?
Just had to take a breath. Just gotta do 2 more easy counterbusters. Why couldn't I do them? Oh. I briefly considered restarting the whole fight just because of that. I was so mad.
This hand was made for sending guys like you back to hell. And now, you die! guess I should thank you.
But that'd be out of character. Maybe you should just throw an insult my way instead.
Yeah, that sounds better. Still, I owe you.
Ah, don't sweat it. I had my reasons for helping. Take care of yourself.
Wait. You forgot this.
Keep it.
What? I thought this meant a lot to you.
That's the only kind of gift worth giving. I want to entrust it to you, so I am. What you do from here is your call.
Hey, Dante. Will we meet again?
Is this the end?
Maybe. Maybe.
The city's a wreck.
Yeah.
I am still alive, right?
Yeah. We both are. Kitty A. If I'm a demon, and not a human anymore, is this what you want?
Nero, you're you. And it's you I want to be with. I don't know anyone who is as human as you are.
Looks like they're determined to interrupt. Guess that kiss is gonna have to wait.
It's all right. I'll wait.
Thanks.
So there's a DMC tradition of being able to continue fighting during the credits. Devil May Cry 4, of course, is continuing that, so we get to keep playing. In Devil May Cry 3, if you killed every single enemy before the credits finished rolling, you would get a bonus cutscene. You get a bonus cutscene in 4 if you do something. In this case, you don't have to eliminate every enemy, you just have to protect Kairi from being hit for a minute and a half. So she'll probably get hit. And... okay, we're good for another few seconds. Nope. Oh, that's the wrong combo. So I'll just splice in the scene from a good attempt at this. Quick note, if you kill Sanctus in the last phase normally, that's before you do the short little set-piece moment with counterbustering the fists of the savior. If you kill Sanctus himself in the last phase, normally Nero will yell Jackpot, which is consistent with the motif of all of his special moves being named after, like, gambling terminology. But the line he says by counterbustering him for the kill is checkmate. Just a little less consistent. So that was Devil May Cry 4. Woo! Love that game. What did you guys think? Personally, I will complain about some of the repetitious stuff. I will complain about Mission 19 because it sucks. But I love Devil May Cry 4 at the end of the day. I have a whole lot of love for this game. I go back and forth on whether or not this is my favorite. It's flawed, yeah, but it's so mechanically rich. And it's got consistently, like, really high caliber boss fights. The worst of which, like, you can only call inoffensive. And that gulf between Nero and Dante, I think, provides a really steep contrast and a lot of variety. Even when all of Dante's stuff is backtracking, you get a sense of variety out of it. Especially because, like, on Dante's side of things, we got some of the best cutscenes in the series. And even though he doesn't get a lot of extra devil arms in this, they make them count. Like, the quality of the devil arms Dante gets, high. It's really high up there. So we still have a bonus episode to do as well. And if you think I forgot about the Devil May Cry 3 bonus episode, I haven't. We're going to do a bonus episode for 3 and 4 combined. I'm going to show Vergil in DMC3 Special Edition, and then we'll show him off in 4. We're not doing, like, an entire run of his campaign, because he does get a proper mini-campaign. We're not going to show that whole thing, but we are going to give an adequate taste of what it's like to play as Vergil. And we'll show a small amount of Bloody Palace. We'll show Lady and Trish, of course, because they also got added to DMC4 SE. And maybe some other stuff as well. And after that, we've got just one more Devil May Cry game left, and it'll be DMC Devil May Cry by Ninja Theory, which I'm also pretty fond of. I know it's a divisive one. Go into that LP with an open mind. Maybe I will convince you. Maybe I won't. But I'm certainly going to make a case for why I personally like it. So that's going to do it. Leave a thumbs up, leave a like. That helps every time you do it on every video. Plus, it's appreciated. Drop a comment. I read all of them. And, of course, subscribe for more daily gaming videos. Also, if you like what I do, consider becoming a patron of the channel at patreon.com/scribe. And check the description for social media stuff. Thanks, everyone. Been a blast. Thanks for watching. Take it easy. Have a good one, y'all.
You're a lifesaver. Now I can finally do my job in peace.
If it was a lifesaver gig, then don't you think we deserve a little more? You call this sincerity?
More? Was it not your fault that things escalated to the level that they did? Bringing Sparta into the spotlight?
Hey, I was just getting to the good part.
This is your case too, Dante.
Yeah, well, we take what we can get, right?
Well, then it's settled.
Devil May Cry. It's a customer with the password. They're nearby. What should we do?
You need to ask?
Can I come along?
Do what you want. Don't expect to get paid.
There's something so exciting about all this. You think so, right?
I won't lie.
Okay. Are you ready? Come on, babes!